What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's been a while with another video. I think my last video was something kind of a prelude to this one, which this one's going to be a prelude to the real one. I think I mentioned last time that I was switching my whole rig around, and I got a Friedman BE100, which I do have. It's behind me. You can see it right there. I love it. Love it. It's the tone that I hear in my head. As of now, I'm going to keep it for a while, and I'm using it for pretty much all my live shows. And I think I had mentioned that I was going to be using a Fractal FX8, or I was going to be getting one to run in the 4-cable method with my amp just for effects. I did get one, but between that video and this one, I ended up selling the FX8. Now, there was nothing wrong with the FX8. It was beautiful sounding. It was incredible. And I used it at a few gigs. It was great. The only thing that got me thinking was because the FX8 just does effects, I always like to be prepared with a backup rig, like probably many of you guys do too. And I was finding myself having to carry something extra to gigs. And the next real rig rundown that I do is going to be, everything hooked up, my whole in-ear system, everything. This is just going to be me playing, showing you how I am running this Helix. There, I let the cat out of the bag. I got a Helix. This is the second one I've had. I had one probably not too long after they came out, and I ended up selling it because I was in between rigs at that time, and I couldn't find a way to get it to sound the way I wanted it to. Probably didn't take enough time doing it, but I mean, I'm kind of impatient. And so fast forward, I got another Helix, and I'm using that in the 4-cable method with the Friedman. And I'm loving it. I got it figured out now, and the reason why I wanted this was because it's got the amps built into it, and the routing options are just insane on this thing. There's 4 extra loops if I want to run extra pedals or whatever, and this has the built-in expression pedal. I can set up a wah pedal on it, whereas the FX8 I had to get something. Sorry, I'm hitting my guitar is hitting my keyboard here, and I'm making sure I'm not turning anything off. But where was I? Yeah, so I'm just gonna do a quick run through of how I got this thing set up. I'm not gonna show you how to plug in the 4-cable method because there's tons of videos out there that do that. I'm using my Strat Mutt here, Mutt Strat, whatever you want to call it. I'm just plugging directly, and I'm not using any wireless or anything this time. And you should be seeing, if I can get this video to work right, you should be seeing the Helix on the floor, and you'll see my foot tapping on it and stuff like that. I have my Marshall 412 mic'd up behind me, so that's going into Logic Pro X right here. I got to try to combine all this. This is a first for me. I've done it before, but I haven't done it in a while, so I'm trying to get 2 different videos. Is my hand. Getting 2 different videos, and also getting the sound off. I'm using a 57 and 609 on the cabinet, going direct into Logic. So you're not going to get a direct sound out of the Helix. You're just going to get the effects coming through the cabinet. Right, enough talking. So if we look at my board here, and sorry for the small space I'm in. I got to figure something else out in this room as far as doing videos. But my small board, it's not really small, but it's a good sized board. This is my clean tone. Now, I was able to figure out how to channel switch. I know there's certain amps that the Helix doesn't play nice with as far as channel switching, but I was able to get the BE100 channel switching fine with the Helix. So if anybody out there and I couldn't find any information online anywhere as far as this amp and this pedal board doing the switching, but it does work. In preset mode, it will switch using one of the instant commands in the command center. But in snapshot mode, which I'm using it, I have to actually set up 2 of the foot switches to be the switches. I'll show you how that is. Alright, so we got the clean sound first. Now, my clean sound, what's really cool about this is that I can, if you go into mode here, it brings up like a traditional pedal board layout that you would have on a normal board. So I have, now this is where the switching comes in. Right here, these two buttons here, this one switches to my clean channel, and see that it's on. This one is for the BE channel and the HBE channel. So when I switch over, you'll see how that works. So basically I have a, I call it EVH flanger. I try to mimic his flanger on like Unchained. EVH phaser, try to mimic again. I have a long delay, which is a more pronounced delay that I kick on and off, you know, certain spots and songs. I have a boost, which is basically just, I believe it's an EQ that just gives me like 3 or 4 dB of volume for solos. I'm using the Minotaur or the Klon, not on the clean channel, but it's in there. It's just all laid out here. I have the chorus, which is always on for my clean sound, and I can always turn it off and turn on one of the other things if I want to. I have a simple delay, which I use on my other two channels. The delay that's on my clean is not on the board. It's always on. It's always going to be on when I'm using the clean, so I don't need to switch it on and off, so I don't have it on there. Then I have a tremolo setup for the song Always that we do, Bon Jovi. I'll show you how that sounds too. So here's the clean. And now I should mention that all of my presets are using the chamber reverb, and that's always on. I don't put it onto the pedal board to shut on and off. I have it programmed differently for each channel or each sound I'm going for. Alright, so now I can shut the chorus off, and if I want the flanger, and you get the gist of that. The long delay, I have that set, the tap tempo set, so if I want a quicker, so that right there is the clean channel. All right, now let's switch over. I'm gonna go back out of mode, and I'm gonna go to my BE channel. Now this on the amp itself, I'll try to get a photo up. Hopefully I remember when I'm putting this together. The BE channel, I have all my, I'm using the lowest gain setting on the amp, which I guess is supposed to mimic a Plexi. I could be wrong. I haven't really read up on this amp. I got it and I've been playing it. And so I got the gain at maybe 6 to 7, if I don't feel like turning around right now to look at it. But it's a good AC/DC style crunch, maybe a little bit more gain than AC/DC. I have it pretty loud in the room, but I can go louder. I would prefer to go louder, but just for the sake of recording, I'm in the same room while this is recording. I don't want to go too loud. So this is the BE. Now I'm going to go back to the mode. Now if you notice the channel switching, the clean one is off now, and the BE HB, nothing's on as far as the channel switching. If I were to do this, that will switch to the HBE channel. But as long as that clean is off and this BE HBE one is off too, that's switching, that means the BE channel is on. So same setup, but if you notice, this simple delay is on right here for my rhythm. It's just I'm not sure if you'll hear that. I have the reverb, the chamber, but a different setting than the clean, and then also I have the full layout. So let's hear the this one. Just gonna play simple stuff. So I didn't take much time miking this cabinet, so I'm not sure how boomy or not boomy this is gonna be. it's got a nice crunch tone to it. It sounds much better in the room than it probably is going to sound to you guys. But all right, so from here, same thing. I can hit the flanger. I like how that sounds. The phaser. Cool Van Halen style flanger. Again, the long delay. And again, the same thing. I can tap tempo that, make it longer, make it shorter. Now the other cool thing, oh, you know what? I'll go back to the clean in a minute because I forgot to show you the tremolo. But the other cool thing is the boost, where I can get my lead tone on any of these channels that I have. So that's without the boost. Turn it on and off. So it's really cool the way this is laid out. Now the problem I found with the FX8 was I didn't have access to this many effects in one preset, or one, they call it scene. I love being able to quickly switch. You probably could have done it on the FX8, but I didn't find an easy way to do it. Like, you had to step on a couple of different things, and I was at a gig and I kind of got messed up on one of the sounds, and I went to go back to my heavy rhythm and it went to the clean, and still a great unit. It just, I like that I can condense my rig into this one pedal board and also have access to more stuff. Alright, so let me go back to that clean. Alright, so the tremolo. Right now the tap tempo is way too fast, so I'm going to slow it down. Really cool sounding. And the chorus was still on there, so sometimes I'll leave it on, sometimes I'll shut it off. But let's get back to the BE channel. Now if I want, what's really cool about this board and the way this is set up, I could actually stay on my BE channel in this mode where everything is laid out right here. Everything that I have access to is right here. And I could actually not have to get out of this mode and then like this, and then go to the BE++ is basically the BE channel with the Klon on to give me more gain, or hit the HBE. So I could stay on here and pretty much get everything that the snapshot mode is giving me. So basically, if I go like this, that's BE. Now if I want the BE++ that I had right here, if I want that while in this mode, all I gotta do is hit the Klon. And that gives me that BE++, which is basically all I'm doing is adding the overdrive pedal on top of the BE channel. And if I want to go to the HBE channel from here, all I got to do is hit that channel switch right there. Just hit that, and now I'm on the HBE channel. So if I'm playing, so you can probably hear the difference. It just gives a little more to it, and obviously more gain. I can also go really crazy, stay on the HBE, and then add the Klon. like everything else, I have access to the flange. Let me try, let's see if I'm in tune here. I'll use my drop D. Alright, let's try Unchained. I don't know if I'm going to play this right. Awesome. I love it. It sounds so good in the room here. I don't know. I really hope it's going to sound good through Logic. Alright, so let me get out of that. Now, if, again, the BE, plus, I call it BE++, which is basically, like I showed you, the BE channel with the Klon on. And I could stay here like that, or these top four are the four effects that I use the most. So those are the four that are going to be up top. So if I do stay in snapshot mode here, I have access to those, and then if I need to, I just switch it out and I have access to the other stuff. Alright, onto the HBE, and if you look at the mode setting, the HBE button is on. I actually keep the Klon, this is my lead sound, so I keep the Klon on just to push it a little bit more and give me more sustain, and the boost, so I don't have to rely on the sound guy giving my leads a boost. And you hear that other delay. That's a different delay than that's on my rhythm. It's just all my leads have that delay, and again, I can switch to the long delay if I want to. I can shut in that other mode, I can shut the boost off, I can turn all the effects on. So, and I'm going to move over to the expression pedal now. So I have it set up pretty simple. I have a wah and I have a volume. So here's my volume. And then when I want to have the wah, I think I'm using the throaty or the chrome, I don't remember, but the wah. Loving it. I need to put my drop D back in. And the other cool thing about this amp, I'm on the BE channel now. The cleanup is really nice. That's it. That's what I got today. As always, my videos go longer than I plan. Now I have the joy of putting this together, and when you're watching this, it will already be together, so that statement will not make sense to you. But that's what I got. I'm gonna do, like I said, a real rig rundown, like the last one I did when I had the EVH head. Um, and I really like that EVH head, but it's funny. I think about a week or two ago I plugged it in. I took the Friedman out of the room, plugged in the HBE. I mean the EVH. There's too many letters here, and I played that, and I was like, wow, this sounds incredible. It sounds really good. Then I brought the Friedman back in the room, and kind of A/B'd back and forth, and it was not even a contest. It made that EVH head sound like a transistor radio or AM radio or something like that. My mind was playing tricks on me, because when the Friedman wasn't in the room or wasn't plugged in, and I was playing that, it was like, wow, this EVH head, and I remember why I bought it, because it sounds really good. But then when I plugged the Friedman in, it blew me away again, like the first time I plugged into it. It's so versatile, and I don't even know what switches I have on and off in this thing. I just set it and I leave it, and I get all my extra gain from the Helix. I'm actually loving this Helix again, and I on my website, which you'll see at the end, I think it might be at the beginning too, I don't remember. I have a Helix page now, and I put up, I did a direct recording with the amp models. I did a little piece of Rebel Yell by Billy Idol and Steve Stevens, and I just did a little recording of that. And I like how that came out, using the custom IRs. I think I used one of the new Celestion IRs on that. I don't remember, or it might have been an own hammer. I don't remember, but it came out really good. If you want to take a listen to that, just find the Helix page on my website. But my dogs, I don't know if you can hear that. My dogs are stirring over here. They must have to go out. So until next time, hit like, the thumbs up, subscribe, whatever, just good stuff. I don't want any, there's too much negativity in this world right now. Let's just have all good stuff. Go Pats! Super Bowl this Sunday. See ya.